Hello, this is a quick little update. Just talking about my psoriasis. You can see how it is at the moment. It's literally like, sorry, just saw a hair or something there. It's literally, I just put some pawpaw ointment on my tattoo to show you guys how it's going. It was very, very red and peeling and full on for a while there, but it's looking better now. So yeah, hopefully it's not, there's not too much light hitting it and you can see it okay. But yeah, so my psoriasis has actually, as I've said in other videos, it starts with the little tiny dots and it just gets bigger and bigger. So you can see it's just basically joined everywhere instead of being smaller patches. So that's how it is on my arms and chest. It's like that, same as my chest on my back. My butt. There isn't too much on my legs as in the big red rash sort of thing, like full covered like that. It's more patches, some small ones and bigger ones. It seems to be, but then I have the really big one that I had to go to the hospital for, which is doing really well now. So it's healing really good. So that's good. Still taking antibiotics, still taking cortisone tablets, still putting cortisone ointment on the leg patch at night. And I have to remove the notifications when they're there because they'll annoy me if they stay. So yeah, I just went blank. I got my script today. I took it to the chemist. They ordered it in. This medication is expensive medication, so they don't keep it in stock unless they have a regular patient that buys it. They may, but it's the same as at home. I can put the script in from my app once I have physically given it to my chemist. I've been going there for years and it's a Priceline. They have an app. So I can just have all my scripts there on file and then they go on the app, and when I want to order something, I can just order it from the app and then I'll get a message when it's been dispensed. You can either pay it through the app or pay it when you go in there. So it's really good. So yeah, I would normally do that and they would have to get it in the next day anyway. It's how it is at home, so it's no different here. And yeah, so it's coming in tomorrow. It should be around lunchtime, he said. And then I have to get a kind family member that lives close by has said she will do the injections for me. So it's a 160 milligram injection of it, which is a different amount. Other injections I've had in the past, the methotrexate, which was a DMARD drug, DMARDs they're called, disease modifying anti-rheumatic drugs, I think is how it goes. Methotrexate was what I was on for many, many years. Like, I started on the tablets for a couple of years, but then the rheumatologist said, based on my blood test results, because I have to have monthly blood tests because this type of medication can affect your liver and kidneys and everything, so they need to keep an eye on that. Luckily, my liver and kidneys have always handled it pretty well. It's just I get, from the methotrexate, I got very bad nausea. I was sick probably 3 to 4 days out of the week sometimes. Not all day, but it would like come in waves. And when it would come in waves, it was just such a full-on sickness. Like, I would just feel so sick all of a sudden, and it would just last for ages, like hours, and it was just not nice at all. Basically, I was putting poison in my body every week. Had to have that once a week. It was a 20 milligram injection. So methotrexate is a chemotherapy drug which suppresses your immune system. The amount you have for psoriatic arthritis or psoriasis is a very, very small dose compared to someone who would need to have it for chemotherapy. Like, they would have a lot more, hell of a lot more than what I would have once a week. And that made me sick and feel, with the psoriatic arthritis and the fibromyalgia, I get a lot of fatigue, chronic fatigue, and that would make the fatigue even worse. And, you know, you kind of just feel, you know, that flu-like feeling where everything just feels heavy and achy and you just have no energy. And I get that from the fibromyalgia and the psoriatic arthritis as well. So yeah, it's a lot, but that was the first medication I was on. So it went from tablets to injections once a week, which was 20 milligrams. I tried, like there's certain things that you have to do, like requirements you have to fulfill to get approved by the government here in Australia where I am to get the biologic medication. So biologics are another immunosuppressant. It's just that they work differently in the way of, I'm just going to try and explain it as brief as I can and simple. The DMARDs work to suppress your overall immune system. The biologics will target specific inhibitors or receptors or whatever it is in the immune system that they need to kind of target and focus on to help with whatever you're getting it for. And they're different biologics to do different things. So it's kind of something, it's just trial and error. Find the one that works the best for you. And then there's ones that might work better if you have psoriatic arthritis and psoriasis, because not everybody has both, but if you have both like I do, then if the psoriatic arthritis is worse than the psoriasis, then you would need a biologic that is going to help the psoriatic arthritis more but also target the psoriasis. And if the psoriasis is worse than the psoriatic arthritis, like it is right now in my case, then you would need a different biologic. So that's how they work basically. I was on one first and that was okay, but the injections are extremely painful, very, 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 very painful. And for me personally, I do have fibromyalgia, which means my brain sends out signals that I am either receiving pain that I'm not actually receiving, or that the pain I am receiving is far greater, far more intense than the actual pain is. That's just how it works. So yeah, that I can only say how it is for me. And the first one, which is called Adacio, was extremely painful. A 40 milligram injection through the pen once a fortnight is what I had to have. And then what happened was the manufacturer that makes it stopped supplying it for some reason, but they had another one they supplied, which was a very similar one, which was called Hyrimoz, I think. And I was having that for a little while. I think it was about 4 months, and it would have been longer, because I think I started that one when I went to Queensland. I don't know, to be honest. Oh yeah, because I went to the appointment January. 4 or 5 months. I don't know, I'm just guessing. Anyway, basically I went into a review, because whenever you start one of these new medications, you have to have blood tests while you're having it however often they require it. And also you have to go back after a couple of months, I think it is, to have a review of the medication before they will give you more of it. And your normal GP, like normal doctor, cannot prescribe this medication. Only the rheumatologist can prescribe it for me. So I have to do whatever is required of me to get it, and to get approval to get it, which means you get it at a much cheaper rate. And like it's covered through Medicare, etc. And what I was going to say before, which I got distracted from, of course, is that when I was on the DMARDs, there were certain requirements where you have to take 2 of them together for a while to see whether that helps you or not. So I was on methotrexate alone for a long time. And you also have to take folic acid when you're on methotrexate, because it depletes you of folic acid. So I think you take it like a small amount every day except for the day of your injection, I think it was. And then my rheumatologist actually put me on something called leucovorin because I was so sick from it. She said it was a better folic acid, whichever one it was, with something else in it, I can't remember, to try to counteract the nausea. It didn't really change anything in my opinion. I didn't really get sick on the tablets at all. It was only when I started the injection. And so with the leucovorin, I would have to just have it once a week. I think it was either the day before or the day after the injection. And then, so that was just something though that was to help with the folic acid and the nausea. And then the first other, I think it's a DMARD as well, DMARDs. I think these are all DMARDs, is what I'm trying to say. And so the first one I tried is called sulfasalazine, and that actually gave me really bad headaches. So I couldn't take that. Tried it for a little while and stopped. And then the second one they tried me on was Avara, and I was on that for months with the methotrexate, and it still wasn't controlling it enough. And so I started to see a new rheumatologist, and he was brilliant straight away, first appointment, and got everything set up to get me on the biologics straight away when I'd been waiting for years through the doctor I was seeing at Liverpool Hospital, who was a very good rheumatologist, but I don't understand it, because I started seeing the new one. I did my research and found him, and he was doing through Campbelltown Hospital, which was brilliant. So he sorted it really fast. But then I got on the biologics, and it's just been trial and error, as I said. So I had an appointment in January for a review after being on the third, sorry, I'm just trying to not miss anything. Yeah, so I said about the first two biologic injections. I went for an appointment in January and saw the female registrar. She didn't feel like it was being controlled enough, my psoriasis. I did have some patches, but it wasn't too bad for what I've lived with before and for this. But she said, I know you feel like it's controlled, but it's not controlled enough. And I thought, well, I'll go with what she says, because it's an autoimmune disease, so it does impact many things in your body if it's not controlled. So she put me on these new tablets called, well, I don't know if they're new, but they were new for me. They're called Rinvoq, and they're like 15 milligram tablets, I think. And I've been on them for about 4 months, but I said in another video, I don't think they've been working at all. And I looked into it. They don't work as well for the skin. And basically from the research I did, it would have taken about 3.5 months for the old injection biologic to be fully out of my system. And I had a lot of stress last month. And I think that just the stress and the being on the tablets that weren't controlling it enough, it's just had like the worst outbreak, the worst flare that I could ever have. It's like it just went absolutely crazy. So yeah, I thought I'd do a quick update. I got my script today for my new biologic, which is called, I can't say it. I think it's like Bizem. I don't know. It's called Bimekizumab. I don't know if that's how you say it. That's how it's spelled. I was just going off my memory from a picture of the script. I'm sure that's what it was. Anyway, that's the new one that they've put me on, and it is one, he said it's a newer one, and it's one that actually targets specifically whether it's the receptors, inhibitors, whatever that technical scientific term that I know nothing about is. I have zero interest in that stuff, science and biology and chemistry, and nah, that's not me. I love medical stuff. I love learning about it, researching it and stuff like that, but not that side of it. So it works specifically on the ones that trigger psoriasis or do whatever to cause the psoriasis, basically. I don't know how to put it in words, people. So yeah, it should be really good. Fingers crossed it's the one for me. So how it works is this particular one helps for psoriatic arthritis and psoriasis, but if your psoriatic arthritis is more of a problem, worse than the psoriasis, you get one 160 milligram injection. If your psoriasis is worse than the psoriatic arthritis, you need two 160 milligram injections in one go. So the same at the same time, same day. And then how it works is, so I have the first injections, then 4 weeks later I have the next injections, 4 weeks later I have the next injections, 4 weeks later I have the next one. So at 12 weeks, once I've had it for 12 full courses, I think he said, then you go to having it every 8 weeks. And then I think it can even go to every 12 weeks, depending on how it works for you. So that would be really good. And what was I going to say? I just lost it. I have to go back for a review. I've got an appointment in maybe about halfway through August to go back and get reviewed on the medication. They only give you enough to do you until that appointment, basically. So then you have to have a review. I'm still husky. I don't know why. So yes, that's what's happening. It will come tomorrow. I'll get it injected. I'm looking at around 2 weeks, possibly, to notice to like some change, like to see a start. Like, I can't speak. I'm so tired. Around 2 weeks, 2 to 4 weeks to kind of have the effect take place. I can't speak. I have literally had 3 to 4 hours sleep maximum a night for probably 5 nights, I would say now. So yeah, I'm struggling. And it's really hard because as soon as I lay down, I get itchy and uncomfortable, and I get hot, I get cold because my body can't regulate the temperature properly, and I suffer with insomnia because of fibromyalgia. I've got ADHD brain, and then also cortisone, which these steroid tablets can cause some people to get a bit of insomnia, have sleep disturbances, stuff like that. So yeah, it's a lot right now. But yesterday I went to the zoo. I put some videos up, did a little update thingy, and I had an amazing day, and it was exactly what I needed. I needed the animals and nature and just being so relaxed and at peace and so happy. And I got my friends, as I showed. I'll show them again because they're right here. Look at them. Oh my gosh, they're adorable. My inner child just absolutely loves them to pieces. Every time she looks at them, she's so happy. So today I felt pretty good, but I'm exhausted and tired. But I have felt in a much better mood because unfortunately when you're in a lot of pain every day, you're not getting sleep, you're exhausted, you have this all over your skin, it is sore, it burns, it stings, it itches, it just feels very uncomfortable. And when you go through that for, you know, a period of time, it starts to really impact you. And with my leg especially, it was extremely painful. And I was really worried because I've had cellulitis in the past because of, you know, issues with my leg. And that is very painful. And I can get infections more easily and worse than the normal person because my immune system is suppressed. So, you know, I'm in another state. I didn't want to have to go into hospital or be worrying about infections and whatever stress. I just didn't need it. And so I was very stressed about that, and it was very, very painful. And then just all over my body. The last few days, my back has really been painful. It just feels like it's burnt, like a really, really bad sunburn, or a, you know, burn from cooking or something. Like it just, yeah, it was quite sore. So it's been a lot, and it got me very, very down. And you know, as you do when you're going through that, you just want the pain to stop. You really do. You just feel like, I can't do this anymore. I cannot go on. I need it to stop. And you're just exhausted, and it's just really hard to get out of that frame of mind. But I am a fairly positive person, and I bounce back from things very fast. I'm very strong. I'm very adaptable. I've had to be. The shit I've gone through my whole life. So I had a couple of really down days, but I got through it, and that's all that matters. So I feel very good. This is quite a long video. I think I said it was a little video, like I always do. So this is my beautiful little rose display. I got them out of the garden. I'm quite positive my sister-in-law would not mind at all. And they honestly, they smell incredible. That yellow one is just absolutely beautiful. And I don't normally like the color yellow. I don't know, not on me anyway. I don't feel like it suits me at all. But we did a sniff test. Oh, definitely the yellow. The yellow smells the best, I feel, and then this orangey pinky one, it's just, look at it, it's like sunset. So yeah, this is my little rose display, and I love it. It's so pretty, and it made me so happy. And I'm like, oh my God, I've just walked out the back and I'm picking freaking beautiful, glorious, fabulous roses and putting them in a beautiful, I couldn't find a vase, but this is just a glass, but it's quite pretty. So I'm like, look at it. That's art. I made that. It's fabulous. So yeah, it's made me really happy. Anyway, I'm going to be doing a couple of videos. So yeah, that was a update, chat about my psoriasis experience, whatever, that I just felt like I needed to do, because in, you know, my recent videos, I've got bad psoriasis. So I thought I would explain it a bit. And yeah. Anyway, I'm going to go because I've got other videos to do. Okay, bye.